This is the second example of skill number 5, and this is set up nicely for elimination because both equations are in standard form. The x's are lined up, the y's, the equals, and the regular number, so it's all nice and tidy for us. Okay? Now with elimination means to get rid of, right? So what we want to try to do is ask ourselves this first question. If we were to add these two equations together right now, would something eliminate or go away? So we have 3x plus 4x, that's 7x. And we have positive 5y plus the negative 2y, and that's positive 3y. And oh, right. Nothing eliminates right away, so you don't want to add them together right off the bat. Okay. But what we need to do is we need to change some of these numbers. We need to eliminate them where one of them is positive and one of them is negative, same number. So we want to eliminate the x or the y. I would choose the y, and I'll tell you why. Because one sign is already positive and one side's negative. And so all I need to do is change them to the same number. So I'm thinking about, the number I can change a 5 and a 2 to. And I think 10. And I'm going to make the top one into a positive 10 by multiplying by positive 2. And I'm going to multiply this whole bottom equation by positive 5, because that'll make that into a negative 10y. And then things will be great. So we're going to distribute. So 2 times 3x gets me the 6x, and 2 times positive 5y gets me positive 10y. And don't forget, all the way across, 2 times the 16 is 32. Okay. To get the second new equation, I'm going to distribute that 5. 5 times 4x is 20x. 5 times negative 2y is negative 10y, and 5 times 4 makes 20. Now, if we were to add these together right now, we want something to eliminate or go away. So I have the 6x plus the 20x, that's 26x. That doesn't eliminate. But when I take my 10y plus negative 10y, bye-bye, they go away. They eliminate. And now I have my 32 plus my 20, which is 52. So what happens is one of the variables goes away and leaves this nice simple equation in order to solve. And when you divide both sides by 26, you get x to be 2. Now it doesn't always have to be a nice number, but a lot of times we're kind to you. Okay. These are two lines, and you know that if two lines cross, they're going to cross at a point. And a point has an x coordinate and a y coordinate. So we have the x value. We need to go back up to one of the original equations to come up with this partner, the y value. I'm going to erase all this mess I created up here and remind myself that I need to get the y coordinate, so I know my x is 2. I think I'm going to substitute that back into the top equation because I have a whole bunch of positive signs here, so that's a little bit easier. So right here in this 3x plus the 5y equals the 16, I'm going to put my value x is 2 right there, and then I'm going to solve. So 3 times 2 plus 5y is going to be 16, and now I'm going to work this out. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 5y is 16. Subtract the 6 from each side. I have 5y equals positive 10, and I divide both sides by 5, and I get my y is 2. Wow, that's a pretty convenient solution. So my y value is going to be 2. So I think my ordered pair, or the point where they cross, is 2, 2. Now, if you have time, what you always want to do is you want to check. Right? And how you check to make sure that it's good is you plug them back, those into the original equations. So I'm going to erase this so I have got some room here for us. Okay, and I'm going to check it out. Okay. I'm going to substitute it into that top equation. Okay. And when I see an x, I'm going to put in a 2. And when I see a y, I'm going to put in a 2. And so I've got 3 times my 2 plus my 5 times my 2. Hey, that's supposed to be 16. And I'm going to work this out. 6 and 10, that's supposed to be 16. And 6 plus 10, 16 equals 16. Bingo. It works in the first one. But remember, it has to work in both equations. So I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to check there. So 4 times my x, 4 times 2, minus 2 times my y, which also is a value of 2, is supposed to be 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. That's supposed to be 4. And when I work it out, I get 4 equals 4, and it checks out. So if you actually do the check and you pay attention and it works out nice and neatly, you've got your answer. And they cross with the ordered pair, 2, 2.